Yeah, hi, it's the 17th of March 2018 at 2 p.m, or a bit after. As usual, I start each video with a disclaimer that I'm a mgtow going my own particular direction. I'm not in the camp of guys all going in the one direction, but two separate camps, two separate ideas. Nothing wrong with their idea, it's just what they're doing, and I'm in the camp that are doing something different. That's no more than that. I got a comment from mgtow 1968 this morning, and his comment went something like, in the Cold War, the Western world was seen as a beacon for peace, for freedom and democracy and what have you. And he said we've lost our way. We're now taking another course. And I think it was Peter McKay was saying something very similar. He wrote a very, very long and informative comment the other day about how what's actually happening in the world, and how it's just so far gone so far wrong. It's beyond funny. But when I read mgtow 1968's comment, I thought of his name actually, and it took my mind back to 1967, as a matter of fact, when I was at this school here. It's what we call our primary school in Australia. I was about, it goes from year 3 through to year 6. Yeah, age 5, 6, 7, 8 through till about 12. Right? I was 11 when I was finishing there. So, but I remember sitting there, and that's at that stage. The war was 20 years, finished 20 years ago, but people still spoke about it, with movies on TV about it, movies at the cinema about it. It was still such a huge factor in our lives. You just couldn't, the shows that boys watched were war stories based on World War II. And it was never far from our mind, and it just kept coming at us. So I remember one day I was sitting in class and I thought, surely the Germans under Hitler must have known they were doing the wrong thing. It didn't enter my mind that they might have seen that they were, they had a point, okay, that they, had been crapped all over in after the First World War, which wasn't their fault either, apparently, from what I can gather. Yeah, so it didn't occur to me that they might have had a case. All right? As far as I was concerned, they were just the bad guys. That's how they were painted. Everybody painted them that they were just the bad guys. That was it. Nothing more to discuss. They were the bad people. So at age 11, I was of no uncertainty that they were the bad guys. And surely to goodness they knew they were the bad guys. All right. Surely they must have known what they were doing was wrong. So why did they do it? Why did so many of them do it? Why did they follow so blindly? This is what I thought. Okay. And my next thought was, okay, well, will I do it? Now, you remember, age 11 and 12, it's all about bravery, isn't it? I mean, young boys, we're going to be brave, we're going to be, and questions like this at least occurred to me. And I thought, would I actually follow a regime that was wrong, just to fit in? And I don't know, probably called me wise ahead of my years or something, but it sort of made me question, ask that question from that point, and I've never ever forgotten it. Okay, but I mean, I immediately sort of discounted it because I thought, it'll never happen in Australia anyway. It's just it's an academic question. He gives a shit. That's just what I do it. But I just thought it'd be hard because everybody would be saying, no, you got to go this way, you got to think this way, and you're going to stand there against all of these people, and I thought, it'd be hard. It's just not as easy as making it's easy for me here in Australia to sit there and look at there. I wasn't in that situation, but if I was in that situation, would I do it? So anyway, as I said, I didn't think it would ever amount to much. I mean, Australia was just such a nothing ever happens here anyway. So that's the way I saw it. We're certainly not about to get get caught up in anything like that. No, we're the good guys. Always have been, always will be. Yep, and we're charging ahead. Yeah, so the only thing that gave me pause for doubt was George Orwell's book, 1984. I read it a few years later when I was 15 or 16 or something. I was forced to read it, like we're forced to read all those books that you don't want to read. I'm living in Australia. There's bright, sunny. Look at it, blue sky, green grass. Everything's sort of bright and light and bright and alive. And I don't want to read all this doom and gloom about what's happened in England or is going to happen in England. It just sounded revolting to me. So, but anyway, I got through it, and much to my disgust. And I'm glad I did, actually. I'm glad I read it, because it's also something that I've remembered over the years as we've slid into this this society that both Peter McKay describes and mgtow 1968 described this morning. And I thought, I'm not about to follow it. If I feel I'm actually going contrary to the whole thing. No, I stand back and I look at it and I think, now, is it right what's happening? That's how I look at it. Is it the sort of thing that people will proudly say, down the track that women turned on their men and shat all over us? Is that the right thing to do? And that's why I won't lower myself to that level and get aggro and everything. But that's essentially what they've done. And I don't know about anybody else, but I mean I know I wasn't violent, and I've probably since 1976 I've been in for equality between men and women. I don't see myself as being superior to women. I don't see anybody being superior to anybody else, as a matter of fact. It's just but I've been I've up until a few years ago I've always supported women, but then they turned on me. I'm sorry, it's just a personal thing. I thought when they turned on me, I thought, oh, hang on a bit. I've never done anything to, nah. So they turned on me, and I thought, why have you turned on me? And is it right that you've turned on me? And who are you following? Who are you following? So that's it. But I won't even. I'm sorry, I won't even follow mgtow. No, because I don't think taking myself away from women altogether is the right way to do it either. I just look at. I mean, if it's, I think in our Western society, I think I won't have anything to do with them. But other women, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give them the chance. Who aren't, for women, Asians and Eastern Europeans, for example, who aren't under the power, under the auspices of feminism and this corrupt sort of power. I don't see any reason why I should turn my back on them. And they're very open about it. Yes, we want money. We expect they're very honest about it, actually. We expect you to provide resources. And I don't mind the honesty if they say it up front, and they're honest. Then I know what I'm in for. It's my choice then. It's not like it's sort of hidden behind, and it's a little secret that they really want that, but and then they'll shit all over me. No, and I won't allow any one of them to become so. I'll have several if I have to. So not one of them becomes that important. I won't. I've learnt from my experience with Western women. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all in cyber world anyway. But I've learned from that. And I don't see that as being wrong. It could be. I mean, monogamy might be the only way to go. But from what I can see, monogamy is just an excuse to entrap a man, and marriage and what have you, and enslave him, and actually just destroy him, and put him in this prison. And I won't go in there anymore. I've stood back at it, and I've looked at what I think is right and what I think is wrong, and so I've held true to myself all those years from that one there. But no, I don't follow any particular group. I tend to I'm a man going my own way. I always have been. Ever since that time, I've decided to be a man going my own way, because that's, to my mind, that's the only way I can be sure. Look, if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. I put my hand up. But I didn't make a mistake because I was following some leader who was doing the wrong thing. Can you see what I'm saying? If I fuck up and if I make the mistake, then it's my fault. That's okay. But I don't want to be blindly following somebody, and just to fit in, just to be part of the crowd. No, I won't do it. Anyway, good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon.